need to break the bank, making a dish for Easter Sunday. Chef Ken Hall joins us live with a dish that will not only please your guests, but it's thrifty too. Hi, Ken.
Well, good morning. How are ya?
I'm great. What are you making this time?
We're going to do a sweet potato roasty. I call it a potato and egg bake, but it's kind of like the German roasty potato where you take grated potatoes and mix eggs in with it and bake it off. And I like sweet potatoes. You get a lot of potassium from your sweet potatoes, a little bit sweeter flavor than your regular potato. Of course, you can use regular potatoes if you have them, but in today's recipe, I'm using the sweet potatoes.
Sounds delicious. Let's see how it's done.
All right, so what we've got here is I've got 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt and a tablespoon of flour, and all we want to do is just whisk this together until it's nice and smooth, and this is going to be our binder. And then we've got 3 eggs, and we're just going to whisk these real quick with a fork. On the stove, I've got a pan heating up over medium-high heat, just a normal saute pan, and all we want to do is just get that hot but not too hot. Again, kind of like with the omelet in the last section, you don't want your pan too hot when you're doing eggs or they brown and burn. So we've got our eggs, and then in the bowl here what I've got is I've got 1 nice sized sweet potato that I put in water and boiled until it was 3/4 of the way done, cooled it, peeled it, and then just grated it with a regular hand grater. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mix it all together, and we're going to put our eggs in, and then we're going to take and put in our yogurt mix. And the good part about this is you can use different types of cheese. You can use Swiss cheese. If you like cheddar cheese, you can do cheddar cheese. We're going to mix in some fresh garlic. We're going to put some scallions in here, and then we're going to take our cheese grater and we're going to grate up some. This is Asiago that I've got here, so we're going to grate up 3/4 of a cup or so of Asiago cheese, because you got to have good cheesy egg bake. And we're going to stir this together, and this is going to be our roasty mix. And again, you can use regular white potatoes for this. If you like Yukon potatoes, you can use Yukon potatoes, but using the yogurt in here is a lower fat version, and this cooks up into a nice patty, which is just wonderful for a nice breakfast or a light lunch or even a light dinner. So now what we're going to do is we'll go to the stove and we'll add a little bit of oil into our pan, kind of pull it off the fire, and then we're going to mix in our egg dish, and we'll let this cool just a little bit off to the side before we put it back on the fire. And then we'll turn our heat way down to low. And what we want to do is we just want to get a little color to this, and then we're going to pop this right in the oven.
Boy, does that look amazing.
So we're going to pop this in the oven, and then once it gets done, you put a plate over the top and you invert it, and this is what you end up with. A nice little patty, gets a nice brown color on there. And then what we're going to do with this is we're going to put it over here with the 4 dishes that we've done this morning. I'm going to put a couple of tomato wedges around here just for a little color. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of scallion on there, a little more cheese over the top, and there you have 4 nice, inexpensive egg dishes for Easter.
And that last one that you just made here, is that have kind of like, is that like a fluffy texture? Is it more dense, or?
It's kind of like a potato pancake. Here, we'll cut a little wedge out of here, and you can kind of see how it's kind of like a potato pancake.
That looks so delicious. All of them do.
Thank you.
You did such a great job this morning. You know, all of them are very budget friendly, and they all look so good. I think a lot of people have some great ideas now.